Hello and welcome back to my channel, Boozy Bookish Thoughts. I'm Justine, or Jay if you prefer, and welcome to my new video. Thank you so much for joining me. Full disclosure for this video, we won't be drinking alcohol. So despite my brand, I do want to promote a healthy relationship with alcohol. And I just had my booster shot yesterday and I'm just really not feeling well. So we don't want to say that you have to drink alcohol for any reason other than you want to. And that especially includes when you're feeling ill. So today I am drinking tea. It's peppermint tea sweetened with a little stevia. So grab a drink and let's talk about my August TBR. So, full disclosure again. Oh gosh, everything is just full disclosure. Welcome to the neurodivergent world. Um, I've only read 2 books on my July TBR, so I will be talking about that on Friday. And then today we will be talking about the books that I'm keeping from my July TBR and the books that I'm going to be adding or changing. So the 2 books I finished were Traitor's Blade and Rotten to the Core. And so I'm currently on Honor of the Queen by David Weber. Um, it is the second book in the Honor Harrington series, and it's pretty interesting. I'm only a few chapters in because I went off my ADHD meds and completely lost track of reading. But it's pretty good. I didn't know what it was about last time, so I will fill you in now. Honor Harrington is a captain, I think, a captain in the Manticoran Navy in like space. She's a space captain in the Manticoran Navy, and she in the first book she was like assigned like a really bad project, and then she proved herself like super competent, and so in this book she's been sent on like an important escort mission to escort a diplomatic team to this world, to this planet that is having some political and military tension with a close neighbor planet. And both of them are very strictly religious, very fundamentally religious. And it's supposed to be, there's a lot of political intrigue, and of course I expect there will be naval battles, and all of this is against the backdrop of the threat of this big expansionist um empire that they're up against. Yeah, so it's good. Lots of politicking, some militarying. The thing with these books is that it's a really a different take from my usual preferred reads, because my favorite book series ever is the Justin Files, and there he is very much like the lone wolf anti-hero, whereas this book, Honor, is very much um she is very much a rigid military person who obeys her orders and takes her orders seriously and all that, but she does it in a way that is good faith. Like she obeys the intent behind the order, not the words of the order. Um, so it's a really different thing from what I usually read. So after this will be the last book in the new books I'm reading. So after this I will be going back to my unfinished project. So I will be starting off the unfinished project with Pride and Prejudice. I'm sorry, I'm so slumped down and tired. I'm exhausted. My whole body feels so heavy. But anyway, so I'm going to be starting off with Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Everyone knows what this book is about. It is it's about the trials and tribulations of the Bennet sisters in the marriage market, and it's all told by Elizabeth, who eventually hooks up with Mr. Darcy, and everyone knows the story. We don't need to discuss it further. After that, I will be picking up Battleground by Jim Butcher. This is the last book or most recent book in the Dresden Files series, and um, I'm so excited to read it because this is my favorite series, but I had a brain fart and I didn't finish it, so it's on the unfinished list. But the oh gosh, basically, I can't tell you the plot without spoiling like 16 books. So, suffice it to say that this is the big battle, something we've been building up for at least 10 books, and it's just epic. It's basically going to be one huge fight scene from what I can tell, and we'll see what happens. My partner already beat me to it and finished reading it, so he has finished the entire series officially before me. Um, so I'm really excited to finish this and get to talk about it with him. After this, I will be going down the unfinished list for another two books. And the first one is The Malvern Murders by, oh gosh, I don't remember by whom. I will put the name here. Malvern Murders, and it is a historical cozy mystery. um it's set in London pre Jack the Ripper. Well, not in London, it's set in England pre Jack the Ripper, and it's about a disgraced police detective who gets sent to a spa town. I don't know what they mean by spa town, but he's sent there for a water treatment for his asthma, which has been holding him back in the police force. And then, of course, while he's there, he finds a body and he gets drawn into the investigation, and then more bodies happen, and so on and so forth. Um, and this is the first of a series, so obviously he solved the murder. But yeah, let's see how it goes. I haven't had a really good historical mystery. I haven't found a really good historical mystery series to follow since finding the Lady Hardcastle mystery. And it would be fun to be able to binge a new series if I do like this one. The other book is also a cozy mystery, but this time it's a paranormal cozy mystery. You're all seeing like my guilty pleasures, but I don't feel guilty about them, so I guess they're just pleasures. Um, this is a paranormal cozy mystery called Potions and Predicaments by Morgan Vale. I think that's her name. Um, Morgan Vale is the author, and Potions and Predicaments. It's about a potion maker or a witch, I'm not sure. And she owns a potion store in her like little paranormal town. But then a rival potion maker who's like a grade A bitch opens up a competing store down the street. And then her her potion store, the main character's potion store, gets like ransacked, and some of her rare goods are stolen. And then of course the owner of the competing store winds up dead with those items that were missing from her store. And so now she's a murder suspect, and she has to um solve the murder. And of course she's going to get help from the handsome, rugged, mysterious guy in the town. um and she has a best friend, and she has a familiar who talks. I think the cat talks, if I remember right. So it's just fun. Even in the summary it says, even in the blurb it says, it's a clean book, no swearing, no adult language, no violence. um yeah, so it's just a good, clean, fun read, and hopefully this time I will breeze through it. So those are the books, those are the print books that I will be reading. So I will finish up Honor of the Queen by David Weber, and then Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, Battleground by Jim Butcher, Malvern Murders by Carrie something. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'll put her name here. And then Potions and Predicaments by Morgan Vale. Now we move on to audiobooks. And honestly, I have not finished any audiobooks from my July TBR. I don't know why. I kind of got stuck on the audiobook I was listening to, which is Reckless Girls. It's not bad by any means, but it's also not really captivating. It feels like there's a lot of angst and not a lot of not to say there's no reason to angst, but there's a lot of angst and not a lot happening. I can see the comments from other YouTubers where they said nothing's happening, because it really does feel like nothing's happening. But there's a disproportionate amount of angst for the level of things that are happening. Um, but I think I will finish it. I only have like 4.5 hours left. It's not that long a book, and I'll probably finish it within the week or so. Um, and then after that, I will move on. I will proceed with the rest of my July TBR. I still want to do Red, White, and Royal Blue by Casey McQuiston, which I won't summarize anymore. I also want to do Magpie Murders by Anthony Horowitz, which I also summarized in my previous TBR. And after this, though, I will not do Caraval anymore. Instead, I'm in the mood for something historical, like a historical mystery. So I'm thinking of doing Lydia Kang, one of Lydia Kang's books. I have The Impossible Girl, which is about a woman who is a resurrectionist, which I'm not sure if that's a polite term for grave robber, but she procures bodies with anomalies for anatomists in like late 19th century New York City. And her secret is that she has two hearts, so she's actually very much sought after by other grave robbers and anatomists, and there's a threat to her, like they might kill her so that they can get her body. um and then the other book that I'm considering is A Beautiful Poison, which is also set in New York, but this time it just says during the Spanish influenza. So I'm guessing, so if it is set during the Spanish influenza, that would put it in the early 20th century. And this one is about 30 friends who are investigating a series of mysterious deaths, which one of them suspects is poison, but has been officially attributed to the influenza, to the Spanish flu. And of course, mystery intrigue happens, and bodies pile up, and they start accusing each other, and things like that. People fall in love. Um, so those are the two books I've added or I've swapped out for Caraval. Hopefully I will get to more of these books this month. I am feeling pretty motivated in my reading. I'm reading a lot more again after my after my like withdrawal from my meds has evened out. So hopefully I will be back to reading more productively, and I hope you found this video interesting. So thank you for watching, and catch me on Friday for my July wrap up. Cheers! Cheers with tea.